How's it going, everyone? And welcome to the first episode of the College Basketball Show with host Alec Pecano. Let's get right into it. We are going to preview the college basketball slate for Thursday, February 1st. And we are going to start with IUPUI and Green Bay. You may see this game on my board later on in the show today as a cover pick. Just a little teaser. And then you got at 6:07 p.m., which I don't understand the time. You got Binghamton and NJIT. NJIT used to be a member of the Atlantic Sun, but now they're in a new conference now. At 6:30, you've got Maine and UMass Lowell. SMU Tulane at 7 o'clock. Longwood and High Point, which High Point is ranked in my rankings. You got Stony Brook and Hofstra at 7 o'clock. You got Towson and Northeastern at 7 o'clock. You got UNC Wilmington and Charleston. Got Hampton, North Carolina A&T, Drexel, Monmouth, Delaware, William and Mary, Campbell, Elon, Long Island, Fairleigh Dickinson. You've got Lemoyne and Wagner, also at 7 o'clock. Stonehill and Sacred Heart at 7 o'clock. Also another game at 7 o'clock. St. Francis, PA, and Central Connecticut. Also at 7 o'clock, you got Robert Morris in Oakland. At 7 o'clock, you got Milwaukee and Purdue Fort Wayne. You got Cleveland State, Detroit Mercy at 7 o'clock. Old Dominion, Marshall at 7 o'clock. Hold up. At 7 o'clock, you got Troy, Georgia Southern. 7 o'clock, you got James Madison in Coastal Carolina. And now that has gone up to plus 20, minus 20 in favor of James Madison, 20 and a half in favor of James Madison. But of course, as you'll see later on today in the Talk Sports Show, I will have more cover picks and upsets for you. I have 6 for you right now that I will be giving you in a couple minutes. You got App State, Georgia State at 7 o'clock. At 7 o'clock, you got UMBC and Bryant, Albany, and you got a bunch of 7 o'clock games, as you can see. Personally, my favorite game in the 7:30 window is Bellarmine, Kennesaw State. And the reason that is my favorite game is because it is just a little teaser. You might see it in the upsets. You got Morehead State, Tennessee State at 8 o'clock, South Alabama, Texas State, St. Thomas, Minnesota, Omaha, North Dakota, South Dakota State's North Dakota State, Denver, and Kansas City, Eastern Kentucky, and Queens, Tarleton State, Abilene Christian, Weber State, Northern Arizona, Idaho State, Northern Colorado, 8:30, Wisconsin, Nebraska, 9:30 on the Pac-12 Network. You got Cal, Arizona, 8:30. You got, that's 8:30. I think I said 8:30. 8:30, you got Southern Indiana and Tennessee Tech. You got Little Rock and SIU Edwardsville at 8:30. I'm just going to keep going down the schedule. Also at 8:30, you got Central Arkansas and FGCU. You got UT Arlington and Southern Utah. 8:45, you got North Alabama, Stetson. 9 o'clock, you got Stanford, Arizona State, Youngstown State, Wright State, Rio Grande, UT, Rio Grande Valley, and Utah Tech. Seattle University and Grand Canyon at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, Sam Houston, Western Kentucky, Liberty, New Mexico State, Jacksonville State, UTEP, Idaho, Montana, Eastern Washington, Montana State, Portland and Pacific at 10 o'clock. You see Irvine, Cal Poly at 10 o'clock. Long Beach State, Cal State Bakersfield at 10 o'clock. Also at 10 o'clock, you got Cal State Northridge and UC San Diego. Hawaii and Cal State Fullerton at 10 o'clock. Oregon USC at 10:30 on ESPN. Oregon State UCLA on the Pac-12 Network at 10:30. San Diego San Francisco at 11 o'clock on CBS Sports Network. And the last game in that 11 o'clock window is UC Davis and UC Santa Barbara. And for the moment, we are going to stop sharing our screen and go back. And we are going to go to our cover picks for college basketball. Our first cover pick today is Green Bay minus 14 to cover the spread against IUPUI. And this game, by the way, starts in 2 hours at 12 o'clock. And I like Green Bay to cover the point spread here and most likely win. I feel like they will win this game, and I like them to cover. My second cover pick is UMBC plus 11.5 to cover the spread against Bryant. Now, you may look at me and say, why are you taking UMBC plus 11.5? Why wouldn't you go to the other side of that and take Bryant minus 11.5 to cover? I'm feeling risky today. I'm feeling gutsy. I really, really like UMBC plus 11.5 here to cover the spread against Bryant. If you're enjoying the video, please leave a thumbs up and comment down below. And if you haven't turned on the notification bell yet, please do so you don't miss a future upload of this or the Talk Sports Show, or at the end of July, beginning of August, the college football show. And my last cover pick tonight is of the college basketball show today is UC Irvine minus 13.5 to cover the spread against Cal Poly. Now, I really think this cover pick is going to work out really well. Now I'm going to go back to sharing my screen, and I'm going to give you some games to watch for today in college basketball. February 1st, back to this. So let's go all the way back to the top. The first one I'm going to say to watch is Nebraska and Wisconsin at 8:30, as I think this game is going to be a really good game. As you notice, Wisconsin, I think the point spread going into this was 1.5, 2.5 in favor of Wisconsin. Now it's down to 1.5, which tells me the bookies and the people betting that make bets on this game are thinking that Nebraska might pull off the upset. And surprise, surprise, not this show, but the next show, you might see Wisconsin, Nebraska as one of my upset picks. Another game I would recommend watching tonight is also in that 8 o'clock window. It is Queens and Eastern Kentucky. I think Eastern Kentucky will cover that spread of 5.5. I really, 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 really like Eastern Kentucky. I think they might win the Atlantic Sun. And the next game I would watch is, let's go. We're going to go up a little bit. It is Coastal. It's in the 7 o'clock window. It is James Madison and Coastal Carolina. Now, this is not in this show, but in the Talk Sports show, I'm going to be giving you, like I said, more upset picks and cover picks. And you might see Coastal Carolina in that one as a cover pick. But I think this is going to be a good game. If you look at the total, it's 154.5. I think this game goes over that total. We had a great night last night for college basketball, and we will go over that at the end of the show today. But those are the games to watch for today in college basketball. First, we're going to go over to this and then stop sharing. StreamYard. Go down. Segment number 2 of the show today. Here are my 6 college basketball upset picks for the college basketball show. My first upset is Georgia Southern +5 to upset Troy. Now, again, these lines changed. I did this last night in preparation for today's show. So one of these upset picks, if you see it and you see the line has moved in favor of the team that I'm picking to pull the upset, I would be hesitant if it's anywhere over 7. But in this case, Georgia Southern +5. If that stays at 5 or it goes up to 5.5, I would still take Georgia Southern to upset Troy. Troy scares me, though. I think they can cover the spread. Whatever the spread is, if it's 5, 5.5, 6, whatever site you bet on, I would take Georgia Southern plus the points. My second upset pick is Bellarmine +7.5 to upset Kennesaw State. And if you saw by the thumbnail for this video, it says, will Bellarmine pull off the upset will Bellarmine upset Kennesaw State? I struggle to think that, yes, they will. I think it does happen somehow because the ASUN, things get wacky in the Atlantic Sun. If you haven't watched a lot of ASUN basketball, things tend to get weird. My next upset is North Dakota State +9.5 to upset South Dakota State. This is the battle for the border war between North and South Dakota State. I like North Dakota State here to pull the upset +9.5. I think this is going to be a really, really good game. A lot of positives to take away from it tomorrow when I review it. My fifth upset is Northern Arizona +7 to upset Weber State. Now, looking at the records here, I had a tough time whether I was going to keep this on the upset list, but I ended up doing it for one reason. I think Northern Arizona is a lot better than people are giving them credit for. And I think Northern Arizona here can pull off one of the bigger upsets of the season. And my last upset pick for tonight is New Mexico, for the college basketball show today, is New Mexico State +5 to upset Liberty. No, I think this one went up to 5.5. We will look here, but I still like New Mexico State here to pull the upset. And my free play of the night in college basketball tonight is, I know I just had UMBC on here to cover, but I also like the over in the UMBC versus Bryant game, which is 165.5. It may have went up to 166. If it did, I would hit the over in a heartbeat because I think they're going to go over that total. Here is segment number 3 of the show. And the first thing we're going to do is review our record. No. We are going to review our upset picks and cover picks record from yesterday for college basketball. Yesterday we went 7-4 for a total of 14 points. The only games we missed yesterday were North Texas. They barely lost to UAB. St. John's. And that was it. North Texas and St. John's were no. Correction, UAB won. So that made us 8-3 actually. We were 8-3 yesterday. The only one we missed 3. We went 8-2 yesterday. JU upset Austin Peay. Missouri State upset Southern Illinois yesterday. Rice upset Memphis, which I called that. UAB beat North Texas. So St. John's was our only miss. And our only miss for cover picks yesterday was Rhode Island. So that made us 8-2. We went 8-2 last night for a total of 18 points. That was a great night last night for picks. Hopefully we can do the same thing today. So we're going to review some college basketball games from last night. And we're going to start in the Big 12. Baylor UCF. Now, it looks like UCF tried to hang around, but they ended up failing. They lost 77-69 last night. And it looks like West Virginia, a team in my rankings, almost got upset by Cincinnati. And was there any games yesterday in the Big Ten? Yes, there was. We had another ranked matchup in the Big Ten last night. In my rankings, it was Northwestern and Purdue. Northwestern hung around, but they ended up getting beat in overtime, 105-96. And it seems like what was a great game. Bo Bowie had 25 points and 8 assists. Zach Edey, he's a monster. He's probably going to win Player of the Year in the Big Ten. 30 points, 15 rebounds. In the comments down below, tell me who you think the Big Ten Player of the Year is going to be. Is it going to be Zach Edey? Is it going to be, or is it going to be somebody else? And then you had Penn State at Rutgers. And Penn State was an underdog here. And they ended up winning 61-46. Rutgers is terrible. It seems like bad in basketball. They're 2-7 in the conference. And I, quite frankly, particularly, I don't know what is going on with Rutgers. They were really good in basketball last year in the Big Ten, but this year, I guess it's a down year for them. The Big East. Providence got beat by UConn 74-65. For UConn, I'm not surprised by this. I'm not surprised they won. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to keep your eyes on Stephon Castle at UConn. He is a projected lottery pick in the NBA. And at some point, I will start doing mock drafts for the NBA. Within the next couple months. But I believe that Stephon Castle will be a top 5 pick in the NBA draft this year. I love how UConn is all the way back, folks. They're 19-2 on the year. Providence is still good in the Big East, but they're going through a little bit of a slide right now. Now we're going to go review some games from the ASUN. Like Lipscomb, the first one we're going to review is the Lipscomb, North Florida game. We're going to review Lipscomb and North Florida from last night. I'm going to give you, let's go look at the box score. So, Daryl Boyd for Lipscomb he played 34 minutes, 15 points, no blocks, no assist, 4 rebounds, 4 defensive rebounds, 5 for 5 from the 3-throw line. Daryl Boyd is one of Lipscomb's best players. And then you had AJ McGinnis, 35 minutes, 8 for 13 from the field, 2 for 4 from the 3-point line, 2 for 2 from the 3-throw line, 1 offensive rebound, 4 defensive rebounds, so 5 rebounds overall, 2 assists, no steals, no blocks, 2 turnovers, 3 personal fouls, 20 points. You had Will Pruitt, 37 minutes, 5 of 9 from the field, 1 for 2 from the 3-point line, 3 for 4 from the 3-throw line, 2 offensive rebounds, 2 defensive rebounds, 4 rebounds total, 5 assists, 2 steals, 2 turnovers, 3 personal fouls, and 14 points. Now let's go look at the starters for UNF. Dorian James, 31 minutes, 5 of 12 from the field, 2 for 3 from the 3-point line, 5 of 6 from the 3-throw line, 5 rebounds total, 3 on the 3 defensive rebounds, 2 offensive rebounds, a steal, a block, 2 turnovers, 4 fouls, 17 points. Jalen Smith, 30 minutes, 3 of 8 from the field, 0 for 5 from 3, 1 for 1 from the 3-throw line, 2 defensive rebounds, 2 rebounds overall, 3 assists, 1 steal, 2 turnovers, 5. He fouled out with 7 points. Josiah Miles, 28 minutes, 4 for 6 from the field, 1 for 3 from the 3-point line, 6 for 6 from the 3-throw line, 2 offensive rebounds, 2 defensive rebounds, 4 rebounds overall, 1 assist. And he ended up with one personal foul, no turnovers, 15 points. John Enzi, 4 minutes, no points. 4 minutes, 0 for 1 for the field, no 3-point attempts, no free throws, 1 rebound, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, no points, no fouls, no turnovers. Nate Litteris, 32 minutes, 8 of 10 from the field, 2 for 3 from the 3-point line, 1 for 2 from the 3-throw line, 1 offensive rebound, 8 defensive rebounds, 9 rebounds overall, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, 3 turnovers, no fouls, 19 points. Now the guys come out the bench for UNF. Vander Heiden had no points. Oscar Berry had 2 points. Max Hurlicka in 10 minutes had 2 points. Chaz Lanier, 36 minutes, 7 of 14 from the field, 3 of 8 from 3-point line, 6 of 6 from the 3-throw line, 1 offensive rebound, 2 defensive rebounds, 3 rebounds overall, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, 2 turnovers, 2 personal fouls, 23 points. Is there anything else I need to say about Chaz Lanier? The man is a walking bucket. He averages 20 points a game. Chaz Lanier should be the A-Sun player of the week again. The next game we are going to review is the East Carolina, South Florida game. So let's go over to the American Conference. We're going to go over here and we're going to go box score. So right away you see, Kason Pryor in 31 minutes, he went 5 of 11 from the field, 3 for 5 from 3-point line, 1 for 2 from the 3-throw line, 11 defensive rebounds, which means 11 rebounds overall, 2 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 4 turnovers, 1 personal foul, 14 points. Kobe Knox, 29 minutes, 7 points. Jaden Reed, not the football player Jaden Reed, freshman guard Jaden Reed at USF, 26 minutes, 2 points. Chris Youngblood, 29 minutes, 7 of 11 from the field, 4 of 7 from the 3-point line, 2 for 2 from the 3-throw line, 1 defensive rebound, and 1 defensive rebound, so 1 rebound overall, 6 assists, no steals, no blocks, 1 turnover, 2 personal fouls. He ended up with 20 points. Brandon Stroud, another transfer from Kennesaw State, ended up with 29 minutes, 3 for 7 from the field, 1 for 3 from 3-point line, 0 for 1 from 3-throw line, 4 offensive rebounds, 8 defensive rebounds, 12 rebounds overall, 4 assists, 1 steal, no block.
Sometimes life can be like this. But with Volvo Certified Pre-Owned, it can be more like this.
I apologize for that. 4 turnovers, 2 personal fouls, 7 points. Now the bench for South Florida. Corey Walker Jr., 12 minutes, 2 for 2 from the field, no 3-point attempts, 3 for 3 from the 3-throw line, 2 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 turnovers, a personal foul, 7 points. Sultan Miguel, 31 minutes, 6 of 11 from the field, 1 for 4 from the 3-point line, 1 for 4 from the 3-throw line, 3 defensive rebounds, a steal, and 2 turnovers, a personal foul, 14 points. Jose Placer in 13 minutes, 0 for 2 from the field, 0 for 1 from the 3-point line, no free throw attempts. He had 1 turnover and 3 personal fouls. Now, East Carolina. Their best player is RJ Felton, 32 minutes, 13 points. The rest of the starters combined for 6. The rest of the ECU starters combined for 19 points. Then they only had one guy off the bench in double figures, and it was Hayes. 30 minutes, 7 for 14 from the field, 0 for 6 from the 3-point line, 3 rebounds. No, 1 rebound, a defensive rebound, 3 assists, 3 steals, a turnover, and 2 personal fouls. My takeaway from this game for USF is that USF is a serious threat to win the AAC. And Kason Pryor could be player of the year in the AAC. And the last game I will be reviewing today on the college basketball show is Memphis and Rice. Gamecast box score. Let's see here. So we start with Rice. They had 3 starters in double figures. They had Doss with 15 points, Mason with 17 points, and Evie with 14. And I called this upset yesterday on the show. And I said, call me crazy, but I think Memphis gets upset. Because they've already gotten upset once in the last couple months. So, and in the bench, you only had one guy in double figures off the bench for Rice. Memphis. Malcolm Danbridge had 14 points. Tomlin had 11. 18 from David Jones, which I keep telling you guys that David Jones is really, really good. And then Walton had 12. You didn't have a single guy off the bench for Memphis over 8 points. You had 2 guys that didn't score at all off the bench for Memphis, and that was Hardaway. Now, you had 3 guys total that didn't score off the bench for Memphis. Hardaway, Sharon Font, and Young didn't score a single point off the bench for Memphis. My takeaway from this game for Memphis is that they need more second unit scoring. They need more guys to come off the bench and score points. And before I sign off, the Talk Sports Show / college basketball show / college football show when it starts, we do offer memberships. I do offer memberships, and they start at 99 cents a month. And I put on my community poll. I apologize for that in the background. But we do offer memberships, and we also offer merch. But that'll do it for the college basketball show today. I will see you at 12:30 for the Talk Sports Show with me. But I am signing off. If you haven't already left the thumbs up on the video, or left a comment, or subscribed, and you've enjoyed the video, please do. And also turn on notifications so you don't miss any future uploads. Have a great rest of your day. I will see you at 12:30.